Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, it's time for my March 2021 update. So before I get into any more details, time for the intro. In this particular video, I'm going to be sharing two main things. So I am going to be sharing my March 2021 update, as well as a little bit behind the scenes on how I do captions on my Facebook and Instagram videos. March has been actually pretty rough compared to the rest of the winter. I've been having a lot of trouble, particularly in the last week. I think part of the reason why I'm having trouble is because the seasons are changing. So the weather and the temperature up and down, there's low pressure systems that are coming in a little bit more frequently now. All of those things about the weather that I've talked about that I cannot change. Now, also too, this last week was also rough because I just had my period. So when you have the equinox and your period at the same time, it's honestly pretty rough. Now, the good news is that it's way better than what it was last year already. The dizziness has been a little bit bad. The fatigue has been pretty bad. But honestly, the headaches haven't been that bad. I honestly think I owe this to the anti-CGRP medications that I've currently been trying out for this past year. I know in the fall they weren't really helping yet because I really hadn't been on them for very long. But now that I've been on them for a few months, I truly honestly think that they are helping. Along with the headaches not being bad, my pain honestly hasn't been that bad. So I have had quite a bit of neck pain, but it's been manageable. I haven't really been slowed down really much at all. The only thing that has been slowed down is my workouts. And to be honest, a lot of that is because of the dizziness and fatigue, not so much the pain. I don't really let pain slow me down though. It's the dizziness in particular that's been really bad. The biggest thing that's coming up is actually next month. At the end of next month, I have a checkup with my ophthalmologist. I will find out how I've been doing after being off of acetazolamide since January. I'm really honestly hoping this appointment goes well because I hope to stay off the acetazolamide. I am feeling so much better being off of the acetazolamide than I was on the acetazolamide. That medication had a lot of side effects. I've talked about that actually in my previous videos, so be sure to check that out. I've done a few post-acetazolamide updates talking about how it's going. I feel like I don't need to really talk about how that's going now until I actually find out how it's been going. I expect it to go well, but I always have a little bit of nerves and all of that before a checkup with my ophthalmologist, just because those are big appointments. They're exhausting appointments too, but they're big appointments and I always want it to be going in the right direction. That kind of ends the update part of this video. The next part of the video is going to be me talking and sharing how I do the captioning. I got asked to share this process via a message from Instagram, and I was happy to film this. I've only filmed a little bit of it to keep the video as short as I can. Hey everyone, so I was asked actually on how I do the video captioning for my Instagram and Facebook videos. So I thought today I would show you my process, or at least part of the process, since I actually have to do some video captioning today. Now I do this for a couple different reasons on the videos. So number one is when people are watching on social media, they generally do not have their sound on. So if they don't have their sound on, they can't tell what you're saying, and they may not be interested in checking out the video just based upon what they see in the video. Now, along with that, captioning makes your videos accessible to more people. And I've always wanted to try and improve the accessibility with my videos. Now, I actually, unlike a lot of creators, because I don't have a big budget for my content, I do this manually. So I do this right in my editing software for my videos on Instagram and Facebook. For the short videos that you see, that's done by an app, and that's a free app actually that's specifically for TikTok videos. So in case you were wondering about that, and I actually got asked that question too. I thought I would show you the process for this because it is quite the process to do this. It is extremely time consuming. And actually too, this will give you a good idea on how I do the square videos also. Square videos are used on Instagram and Facebook because most people view them in mobile and it takes up more of the screen, so they're more likely to catch your video. The first step for me actually is going to be rearranging the video that I currently have, exporting out of the file that I made from my YouTube video, and so that's going to take probably about 20 minutes. So I will see you when I'm ready to set up everything else. You're now looking at my computer screen. This is the screen that I go into to start a new project. So I'm going to start a new project for this square video. And I'm actually first going to show you this square video and how this exactly works and how I do this. So go to Import Media Files and find the one, and I just realized I exported the wrong type, but oh well, hopefully it'll work. Now I gotta find the green background. Okay. So the first step is to put this green background on, extend it out, go out like this. I'll just extend it for a certain amount of time. Then I come and put the other file on top. Just like this. And then what we do is we do this, we extend it out so that they're equal. So the next step actually is to lower the audio a little bit because this audio tends to be a little bit strong. So on these ones I like to go to about -3, but it's just what I figured out works. It's not really that critical. Okay. So the next step after this is I go to File and Project Settings. Then I change it to 1:1, which is Instagram on here. Keep everything else the same. And then it does this to the file or to the look. Then I go to the green background, go to Color, click Advanced, and I want it to be the dark one because it's the dark color on my background that matches the intro and the colors for my coloring on here. So then what I do is I extend this out just like this. And just try to make sure that it's all the way up and all the way down. Okay, so that's that. Now I go into titles. Now, I have saved custom titles for this into this program. What I really like about this program actually is you can make your own titles and then it's just a matter of clicking through and changing everything. Okay, zoom in again. Extend it all the way across. Now it's time to rename it. So I go to here. Turn my cap locks on. The size of this can actually be different depending on a few different factors, but basically it's however big it is however big I keep it. It's not really that big of a deal. it's just kind of to bring people into the video. I could make it so that I could have it as a really large font if I split it up, but it's really difficult finding room for everything that I like to add onto the slide. So I put the captioning actually at the bottom. Square bottom text is the one that I have it saved as. And you'll notice the very first one here is the first line. Now this is because actually I used to do these captioning differently. I used to go phrase by phrase. When you zoom in to the audio, you see how there's separations in here. And that's how I used to do this captioning. I used to go in between separations and then try and figure out how much I could actually fit. However, I was noticing this was causing a few problems. So now what I do this minute by minute. So that's the setup to get this going. So I hope you enjoyed that process of showing the captioning. I have actually changed my strategy a little bit to doing the captioning. So I was doing minute by minute on the videos and then going and making sure that you could actually read the text and the text looked even in clicking afterwards. But in this last video, the one I actually showed you, I did minute by minute and I actually did the captioning, so listening to the playback, getting the words right. And then I went back after I had finished all of the actual captioning and split everything and made it readable and in line with what it needed to look like and all of that at the end. And I think it seriously sped up the process a little bit. It also helped me, I think, with phrasing a little bit better because I wasn't going back after 20 minutes or so and trying to remember, okay, this is where I left off in that one sentence if I had to break it up at that particular part. If you are enjoying my content, please feel free to subscribe. When you subscribe, you actually help me reach more people with IIH and migraines. Remember that it's completely free. It just allows us to be able to reach more people with IIH and migraines. When you're subscribing, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my upcoming future content. If you enjoyed this particular video, be sure to give it a like. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, be sure to like and follow. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.